Welcome back to the Movement with Bart, and today we're going to talk about Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Maurice Hooker. Now, this fight went exactly how I predicted, and I think a lot of people got this one right. It was an easy fight to predict. We saw a Maurice Hooker that stepped up in weight, moved on from 140 to 147 pounds after, well, not right after, but 2019 we saw Maurice Hooker lose against Jose Carlos Ramirez. He was stopped in that fight. Pretty much this fight happened exactly how the Vergil Ortiz fight happened exactly how the Jose Carlos Ramirez fight happened. Little by little, they broke them down. I'm talking about Maurice Hooker. He was game for the first few rounds, and then after that, you saw the deterioration of him just being broken down. Now, after that fight, Maurice Hooker fought Perez, which it wasn't really a fight. Easy fight for Maurice Hooker. Then he moved up to 147 pounds to face a young fighter. Then I'm going to get into that because there was a comment there set by Chris, I believe his name is Chris Manning. He made a comment that I don't agree with at the end of the fight. But anyway, he moved up in the weight to 147 pounds to fight Vergil Ortiz. I don't know why I continue trying to call him Victor Ortiz, but his name is Vergil Ortiz. 17 fights, 70 KOs, never been past the 7th round. And where do we begin in this fight? I do think that Vergil Ortiz show a lot of progression in this fight. I think that he showed a lot of heart in this fight. He was getting tagged. I saw him getting tagged a lot by Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker, beautiful jab, long arms, and he was catching Vergil Ortiz flush with a couple of good shots. And I kind of didn't like that, to be honest with you. I saw a Vergil Ortiz that was maybe a little nervous, or he wanted to impress, and he just wanted to go forward. And which that's always his game plan. But he was getting tagged in this fight more than what I wanted. And I say more than what I wanted because there's talks, and that's not going to happen. There's talks of him wanting to fight Terrence Butt Crawford. And I do think that at this moment, Terrence Butt Crawford will pick him apart easily and will definitely stop him. So with that said, let's get back to the fight. I give a lot of credit to Maurice Hooker for moving up to 147 pounds. Even though there was rumors that he couldn't make the weight anymore, 140 pounds, so he had to move up. He had no other choice. But at the end of the day, he took up on a fighter that, there's a lot of hype right now going on with Vergil Ortiz, and rightly so, right? The guy showing all the right things. He throws punches and bunches, and he goes forward. He's a typical Mexican fighter. I would categorize him as a typical Mexican fighter. He goes forward, hits the body pretty good. He comes up after he hits the body. But, minimum defense. And we all know that, besides Canelo Alvarez, because I know a lot of comments are going to start saying that Canelo Alvarez got beautiful defense. There are out there some Mexican fighters that have good defense. But they're not known for their defense. They're known for their granite chin, moving forward, throwing punches, and breaking down their opponents. Now, that's exactly what happened to this fight, where Vergil Ortiz ended up dropping Maurice Hooker in the 6th round and then stopped him in the 7th round. And I don't know what happened in the fight. I don't know if Maurice Hooker had an injured hand. I don't know if he got hit with a body shot. I don't know if he got hit flush in the chin and went down. They did rule it an injury, but he was stopping the fight. So with that said, I do think that Vergil Ortiz did his job. He did his job. He went forward. He stopped a durable fighter, a game fighter, a fighter that came to fight, a fighter that was not going to be denied his greatness. But unfortunately, that fighter ran into another fighter that wanted the same thing, and it was stronger and more durable. But with that said, there's levels to this, right? There's levels to this. We can't expect Vergil Ortiz to go out there and fight the the big guys in the division. We can't expect him to fight the big guy in the division, 147 pounds. He's just not ready for it. He's not ready for none of the guys that are at 147 pounds. You know, he's not ready for Ugas. He's not ready for Danny Garcia. We can't mention Danny Garcia anymore. Danny Garcia said he was going to go up in weight. If you don't know, Danny Garcia just finished saying he's going to go up to junior middleweight, 154 pounds, which I'm down for seeing a fight between Danny Garcia and Jermell Charlo. But that's another video. But I don't think that Vergil Ortiz is ready for Terence Crawford or Spence. We're gonna skip Manny Pacquiao. He's definitely not ready for that. Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Ugas, who else? Even Jamel James. Jamel James, that would be a great fight for me. I would love to see that fight. Vergil Ortiz between Jamel James or Lipinets. That's another good fight. I do think those are Vergil Ortiz's best chances to fight James or Lipinets. I do see him fighting either one of those two fighters next, just to get more recognition out there, get his name a little more out there. Now, let's talk about a comment that Chris Manning, one of the announcers for the Zone, had made after Vergil Ortiz had stopped Hooker. He said, "The future is here." And I disagree with that 100%. I completely disagree with that 100%. Let me tell you why. First of all, Vergil Ortiz has 17 fights, 17 KOs, which, great. But there's another fighter at 147 pounds that a lot of people are sleeping on. His name is Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, for me, Boots is the future of the 147-pound division, welterweight. He is the future of welterweight. 26 fights. I think he has 25 or 24 KOs. It's one or the other. But for me, Boots is definitely the future of the division. And we cannot say Boots is old, because Boots is only 23 years old. And Vergil Ortiz, I believe he's 22, about to be 23. So they're kind of the same age. For me, the future of the division is Boots Ennis. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Let's break it down. Vergil Ortiz gets hits a lot. Jerome Boots, or his father likes to call him Bootsy, has amazing defense. The kid he already gets hit. His defense right now is impressive. I love Boots. Both my boys, well, now currently just one of my youngest boy boxes, and that's one of his favorite fighters. He's 10 years old, and one of these days I'm going to put up some of his highlights so you guys can watch it. The kid is 10 years old, but he's starting to look pretty damn good. Anyway, Vergil Ortiz is not the future for 170 pounds. He is not the future of the welterweight division. Unfortunately, Vergil Ortiz have had a history of having a hard time making weight. A lot of people skip that. Vergil Ortiz has a hard time making the welterweight division. I do see Vergil Ortiz making the weight a bit easier with a proper nutrition, getting a nutritionist, a strength and conditioning coach, which I believe he already has. But for some reason, he's still having a hard time making weight. Now, I do see Vergil Ortiz going up to middleweight, junior middleweight, 154 pounds, pretty damn fast, because he's struggling to make the weight. With that said, Chris Madness is wrong. He's not the future of the division. We were not waiting for the future for the 147 pounds. The future has already arrived, and his name is Jerome Boots Ennis. With that said, I also want to get into something really, really briefly. I think the Zone is going to get Oscar De La Hoya hurt, and if not, I'm not going to say kill, but they're going to hurt Oscar De La Hoya. They keep on encouraging Oscar De La Hoya to go over and make a comeback fight, and they want to put him against the top 175 pounds around there. I just want to let you guys know that they're setting up Oscar De La Hoya for something that he doesn't want to end up in. You know, there's no way that Oscar La Hoya is gonna compete with the top light heavyweight, 175 pounds. So we're gonna skip that division because he currently is 175 pounds. And if we go over to super middleweight division where Canelo is at, Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Sanders, 168 pounds. I believe, yeah, that's the super middleweight division. He will not be able to compete with those guys too. Those guys are too young, too fresh, too strong, and boxing has moved on already from Oscar La Hoya, and they're really going to get the guy hurt. Now, if he goes all the way down to 160 pounds, you got Jamal Charlo, Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade, Derevyanchenko, Murata, I believe. I could see that happening at 160, middleweight, 160 pounds. But still, those guys are hard hitters. Those guys are at another level. And I do think that Oscar La Hoya, Father Time, already caught up with him a long time ago when Bernard Hopkins got him. But that's besides the point. But I just wanted to bring that up because the song keep on encouraging Oscar La Hoya to come back and fight. Come back and box, and I do think Oscar's going to get hurt. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, subscribe. I'm trying to get more subscribers. So if you please hit the button, like and subscribe, and comment. I'll definitely comment back. Thank you guys for everything. Have a good day.